I've pretty much seen it all. In the past couple of months, I've been sharing videos on my humble opinion of the imminency of Jesus Christ. Meaning, from the scriptures that I've read, it looks like that Jesus can come whenever he wants. Why? He's the creator of the universe. It's that simple. That simple. So as I was creating these videos, I was also paying attention to how people responded. And it's interesting that every time you talk about Jesus Christ coming sooner than later, there's a bit of a frenzy. It's almost like you kick a hornet's nest, and it's actually quite bizarre. Because I've had comments where people have also watched videos of prominent people, like people from FAI Studios, Andrew Farley Ministries, other organizations that actually come out and attack pre-tribbers that believe that Jesus Christ can come before Jacob's trouble, before the Great Tribulation. And I've heard everything. I've heard pre-tribbers called they are under a satanic stronghold. I've heard pre-tribbers being called cultic in nature. I've heard people saying that you are believing a satanic doctrine. And today I just read a comment where someone just said that if you believe that Christians die and go to heaven, you are believing that these are actually familiar spirits. And I don't want people to believe that they are satanic spirits in heaven, and you're teaching a false doctrine. So now when you believe what Paul, the apostle, teaches, that when we are absent from the body, we are present with the Lord, meaning we are alive, that you're actually believing in a familiar spirit. And you're going to be led astray because those people are not alive. They're dead in the ground. I've heard it. I've heard it on my channel. I've heard people comment like this. So isn't it interesting that when you talk about Jesus Christ coming, Satan gets introduced into this conversation? And I've never called anyone under a satanic stronghold. I've never said they have a satanic belief when they believe in the post-tribulation rapture, pre-wrath, mid-tribulation, anything. Like, it didn't even dawn on me that you could use that as a tool to scare people away from talking about the imminency of Christ. I didn't know people would just loosely tie that in with Satan. It's weird. That's a weird thing. And I'm noticing that more and more when people can't argue against the scriptures that I'm using, they will say things like, you're under a satanic stronghold, you're believing a lie, you're a liar, this is a doctrine of Satan, all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, you guys are out to lunch for saying stuff like that. I would be careful, because it's a weird thing. It's one thing to call someone and go, you know what, like, say, for example, Andrew Farley Ministries. He says you have to, it's almost like, what did he say? He said it is actually, you should actually want to stay behind. You should want to be left behind, not get taken away, because those people are evil that are being taken away. And they'll use that. They'll use the tare in the fields, the wheat in the tares. They'll use that one. So they'll equivalate, tongue-tied here. They will equivalate the idea that if you believe Jesus Christ is coming to take us away, that is actually evil. It's evil. And it's bizarre. I'm telling you, the deeper you go into this rabbit hole of what these people are saying is bizarro. They'll make up things and they'll say, you know what? Lot was never raptured, therefore we are not getting raptured. Lot was kept on earth during God's wrath, and that's what's going to happen to us. Meanwhile, they ignore the whole premise that Abraham prayed to God and said to him face to face, will God destroy the righteous with the wicked? And God said no. And Abraham said, how about for 50? And God's like, no. 45, 30, 20, 10? And in fact, he didn't destroy it for one person. Lot went into Zoar, and Zoar did not get destroyed. Noah went into the ark with his family, and they were saved from the flood, not through the flood. They were raised above the highest mountain on earth by 30 cubits. They didn't get life jackets. They didn't have to learn how to swim. Before the flood came, they went into the ark. So that tells you God rescued them. He saved them from total destruction. And then you get these people that are saying crazy things. Like, you want to be here during Jacob's trouble, not understanding that Jacob's trouble is going to be like no other time on earth, period. And there are even organizations that say that you must endure through Jacob's trouble in order for you to be saved, because you don't know you're saved until you're saved. This is craziness. I'm telling you, this is nutso, what people are saying. And all you have to do is just look at my YouTube channel. Just look at the comments. Every time you read scripture, you'll see people introduce Satan and say Satan's the restrainer. He's the one that's controlling everything. Pre-tribbers are under a satanic illusion and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, where is this stuff coming from? That the second you say, you know what? I'm preparing my heart every single day while I work, while I go to church, while I read my Bible, that Jesus could come at any time. And they lose their mind. It's bizarre. You don't see that with post-tribulation. You don't see people going, that's a satanic stronghold and all this stuff. They're not saying that. It's only against pre-tribbers. You have to ask yourself why. When I was a kid growing up, it didn't matter if you're pre-trib, mid-trib, or post-trib, as long as you believed that Jesus Christ is the Son of God. But not so now. And it feels like we're getting closer and closer to that time. And suddenly people are attacking the pre-tribulation belief. It's amazing. Anyways, I just thought I'd share my thoughts. If you agree, disagree with me, whatever, let me know in the comments. Subscribe to this channel if you got something, or if you've noticed this trend that people are full out attacking pre-tribbers. Anyways, thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in another video. Bye for now.